Hi, it's Barry from Barry Day, and today we're working on pockets for the Holiday in London duffel bag sew along. Here's my finished pocket. It's ready to go onto the bag. So watch this video and see how I did it. Okay, so I'm starting my pocket. I've got my quilted pocket front here, and I actually didn't quilt the lining together yet because it needs piping. So what I've done is I've started to glue baste the piping strip down, and I'll put it all the way across. And then I actually have 1/8 inch piping. My pattern calls for 1/4 inch, but I only had 1/8, so I'm making do, and I trimmed my little strip here as well. And I'm going to glue baste this down on top of it. And then you'll notice in my directions that these are all separate steps, that once you have this basted together on the machine, you go back and you take the lining piece and you place it on top of it. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to glue it all, and then I'm going to go ahead and just do the zipper foot once and not baste it, just glue. It'll all be glued in place and I won't have to worry about that. So that'll be the next step, and I'll show you when it's finished. Okay, so I am here at my machine, and I wanted to show you. I've got the pocket in, I have my zipper foot on, and what I've done is I've put a piece of tape down so that I can follow it for my seam allowance. I've gotten the needle as close as I can to the piping, and I'm going to just follow along that way. And this piece of tape should keep me nice and even. And just be very careful when you're stitching so that you don't sew your finger. I will admit to having sewn it a couple times. It's not a pretty thing, so don't do that. Just keep your finger away from your needle and keep watching this way. If you need to grab anything, I've been known to grab a tweezers. There's a little implement called a purple fang, a skewer, anything that you can, but not your fingers near the sewing machine while you're sewing with your zipper foot. Too scary. Okay, so I'm just going to get this done, and I will show you when it's finished. Okay, so I've sewn the piping on, and you can see that it is nice and neat and really close to the piping. And that was really because I followed my seam allowance with the tape all the way along. And so I'm just going to give it a nice press. And as with the zipper placket, that lining fabric needs to be, nice and even when you're finished. And you iron that nice and neat. And you can even pin those edges so they stay nice and even so that when you're ready to glue baste it onto the surface of the bag, that's all good. So in my instructions, I do tell you to sew the lines for the dividers, and that's all shown how it's very simple. You might want to sew 2 lines for a little extra reinforcement, or even sew little triangles in the corners up near. So you'll sew up, and you can do a teeny little triangle here and a teeny little triangle here next to your line so that you have just extra reinforcement. Or 2 lines is great too, and be sure to backstitch. So that's that for the pocket, and tomorrow we're going to get to the sewing the zipper pocket to the side panels. Tomorrow or possibly Thursday. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.